Here to introduce Pat Murphy for her talk with us. She's also known as Nur Azima. Say that? And she's been part of CSL since the very beginning. She's a very familiar face around here. She served as chair of core council and headed up programming for many years. Pat was initiated in the Sufi tradition a year ago and was given the name Nur Azima. Nur Azima. Nur means light, and Azima means bringing spirit into the very depth of our bones. Pat and her husband Bill love to travel and enjoy nature. Pat shares that the practice of gratitude always creates more abundance in our lives. CSL is a unique and inclusive community for which her gratitude overflows. We can compare it to a pot of vegetable stew, she says, full of luscious, tasty bits of uniqueness that, when put together, creates a concoction that nurtures and sustains us. Yet, even as we are all unique, we are all alike. Each of us searching for a spiritual community where we are seen and loved. Please help me welcome Pat with "You Are Just Like Me," giving gratitude for my spiritual journey.
Wow, I am so full of gratitude today for all of you. This is such an amazing community. And I'm not a crier when I'm sad. I'm a crier when I'm full of joy and gratitude. So once again, I need audience participation to help me get through today, because I know there's going to be lots of tears. This talk is very, very close to my heart. So I hope we're happy with that. So thank you all for being here today. I'd like to begin today with a poem by the Sufi poet Rumi. Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. When the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about. Ideas, language, even the phrase each other doesn't make any sense. I love Rumi. He's so amazing. Well, I believe that this field is the center for spiritual life. In this field, we are all alike. Each of us wants to be loved. We want to be seen for who we are, and we want to belong. And for this, I'm grateful. CSL is a safe place where all paths are welcome. All traditions are welcome, where we can all lie down in that grass, free of the ideas of whose spiritual path might be better or more right than mine, but instead immerse ourselves in this feeling of love, harmony, and beauty that we all share. And for this, I am grateful. No one of us has the same understanding of spirit or God. Each of us has that individualized relationship with God. And for this, I am grateful. Even though we all have a unique relationship with spirit or God, we understand that love is at the core of each of those. And for this, I am grateful. Because of this feeling of love, we become united in oneness. And we become a spiritual community where we can support and nurture each other and see each other for who we are. And for this, I'm so grateful. Thank you, Jeff. What an amazing spiritual community we have here. Isn't this amazing? I am so grateful to be part of it. I grew up in a Christian tradition, and my parents didn't take us to church very often. But I did managed to get through First Communion and Confirmation, but really didn't connect that much. And in fact, when I was in high school, my best friend and I would tell our parents we were going to church on Sunday night, and we would go cruise the dragon. So I don't really have a real good basis of religion from an early age. And from an early age, I really had a hard time understanding how there could be a God over here that would take us to heaven if we were baptized in that tradition. But this group over here was not going to go to heaven. And I just could not wrap my head around a God that would reward one group for their beliefs and not the other. It just did not make sense to me. And I even started thinking, religion was just invented to manipulate people and to keep them from doing bad things. So that they would think they could. That's what I believed. So, for many of my years, if you would ask me if I believed in God, I would say, well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure there really is a God or not. In my 40s, I discovered Louise Hay. Oh my goodness, I was so excited. I was doing positive affirmations with abandon, and my life was just expanding in amazing ways. My career was flourishing, my relationships were flourishing, but I had nobody to really share that with. It was kind of a personal journey, but it was so amazing and exciting for me. But I really didn't connect it with God. It was like, yes, there's this neutral universe out there that is going to support my beliefs, whether they're positive or negative. The saying that Mike Dooley has about thoughts become things, so think the good ones, that was really my mantra. And it really worked for me for many years. But I didn't really connect it with spirit. And I was really kind of searching for some spiritual community that I could connect with, but really did not find it. And then Bill and I moved to Hamilton, and I read in the newspaper that there was a group starting to listen to Kathy Ann Lewis, the minister of the Centers for Spiritual Living in Seattle. And just from the description, I thought, that might be something that I'd be interested in. And Dave and Chris were doing the Sunday gatherings, and so I went to a few of those, and then started going to the one that Barb Lucas was doing with the video of Kathy Ann Lewis. And oh my goodness, I was hooked from the beginning. It was like these were the people that kind of believed and understood what I understood about God. And it answered my questions. Ernest Holmes believed that we need to look at religion, at philosophy, and at science to really understand what God is all about. And all religions. And it's like, yes, this is what I've been searching for. There isn't a right and wrong. It's all one. It's all about the essence of love. And imagine my surprise when I found out that Louise Hay had started her career as a practitioner of science and life in New York. It was just a natural fit. So everything started to click for me, and I started to understand more about God. But I still had a really hard time saying that word. Anybody have an issue saying God? It took me a real long time. It's like, I don't know if I want to go to that word, God. I felt more comfortable using universe or spirit or the one than the word God. But over the years, it's been, 10 years now, I've started to really embrace the word God. Because I know it's not about one little thing. It's not about our little white man with the beard up in the sky. It's about embracing oneness. It's about embracing love. And that's what God really is all about. And isn't it just a word anyway? It's just a word. And the essence of all the words for God is love. And that's what I've learned to understand. It's the essence of love that's important. I see CSL as being open from the top. Being able to embrace and understand all the different faiths, traditions and philosophies that we have about God, and really seeing a bigger God. Kathy Ann Lewis said that, and the first time I heard it, seeing a bigger God, we need to see a bigger God. I thought, wow, how can she say that? That just sounds like, it just was really hard for me to understand that. But then I started realizing what she was talking about was the same thing, is that by seeing a bigger God, we're open to seeing all faiths and traditions as leading to the one. And because of that, I think CSL has attracted so many people that are searching for a spiritual community, no matter what their spiritual path might be. And so lots of Sufis started coming to CSL because we were open at the top. And they could feel welcome here. And so that was a tradition that really resonated with me. At its most basic level, I see the Sufi tradition as a mystical path of living from the heart. And it's personal growth and transformation through loving God, through loving oneself, and through forgiving oneself and others. And as we forgive those transgressions that we've made, we can remember who we really are. That's what it's all about for me. Becoming a Sufi also helped me get closer to God and to realize that God is always there for me. Sufis have many practices, music, meditation, there's so many. Nature is one of them. And meditation for me has really helped me get closer to God. When I started to meditate before I became a Sufi, I saw God is up here somewhere. I would try to connect with God, and God was up here, and I was trying to feel the oneness, and it was hard because I felt so detached from God, even though I knew God was there. But one day in meditation, it was like, whoosh. I realized that God wasn't out there. God was right here. God was on my shoulder. God was in the room right next to me. And all of a sudden I had this new relationship and appreciation for what God could do for me and that I was part of God. And now my practice has moved into really trying to melt myself into one and see both of us as one. And so it's not about a separateness, but it's about all of us being together. And I see that with this room too. We're all one. We're all melted into each other. It can be kind of isolating to live in a community, a small community, without a spiritual family that you can relate to. And I really believe that CSL is that place that we can all come and understand each other and support each other in whatever our spiritual journey might be. It's a sanctuary for people where the love energy I think just overflows. We all share in developing each other's spiritual growth at CSL. We do that through the Sunday service, through the spiritual groups that we lead, through support groups, through music. All of those things help all of us with our individual spiritual growth. And you don't realize, we're here in this room, we see a band, we see a speaker, but we don't realize all the things that go on behind the scenes to make this day happen. There's a spirit team that uses our spiritual principles and practices to come up with monthly themes and speakers. And we have monthly speakers, we have service leaders, we have our band, we have our choir. All of those things, it takes hours and hours to put together a service that you see today. And for this, I am so grateful. We're all helping each other in our own spiritual growth. The Buddhists have a concept called the 3 jewels by which they structure their lives. The first jewel is the Buddha, which includes the idea of Buddhahood. which is an underlying state and goal for everyone. The second pearl is the Buddhist teaching, and the third pool is the Sangha, the spiritual community. And they see all three as necessary for a rich spiritual life. And I believe that that's what CSL does for us. My spiritual life would not be nearly as rich as it would be without this beautiful community. So people see this as a safe place to come to. They feel that they belong here. And like Jade said, we're a bit like a pot of vegetable stew, aren't we? Look at all of these beautiful individual chunks of lusciousness that go into the food. You know, we have soft bits, and we have hard bits, and lean bits, and we have carrots, and we have orange and white, and big and small, and it all creates this wonderful lusciousness of stew that goes with cornbread. Isn't that wonderful? That we can all be so different, but all so alike. So for me, one of the greatest blessings of being part of CSL is being able to see each other for who we are and support each other in our own spiritual growth, whatever that might be. Knowing that my vision of spirit might be different than your vision of spirit, but each of us holding each other up and providing a container for us to grow in our spirituality. The bottom line is that we are much more alike than we are different. You are just like me. We all have a need to belong. We all make mistakes. We all want to be loved and appreciated. And we all want to be seen for who we are. So this month of gratitude, we can celebrate what an amazing community we are. Aren't we amazing? We really are. So let's find that field beyond ideas of right and wrong, where we can dwell in love, harmony, and beauty. We can dare to be open at the top and see a bigger God, and to wrap each other in love, which is really the essence of the line. So, thank you.